What's up, guys? So, Crypto Nation, Steam it, YouTube. I talked to you a little bit last time about goals. Not goals, sorry, a little bit about options. Now, today I want to talk to you about goals and how to set goals for whatever you're doing, specifically in cryptocurrency for sure, though. I wanted to go through and just talk about short term goals, milestones, and long term goals, and why it's very important that you set very obtainable goals for yourself, because it plays a really big part in your confidence and your willingness and persistence to continue on the path that you've chosen. For example, when I started BitConnect, my first initial goal, which seemed like it took a long time for me, was to I only had one goal, and that was to save up $1,000+ to put into BitConnect for my first loan. I could have done smaller loans, but I didn't want that. I was aiming big, and that was my goal. And I did that. It took a while, but I did that. And after that, I kind of really didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Just sit back and earn. But then I realized that I need something else. I need to push myself to go higher. What can I do? And so my next long-term goal for BitConnect at that point was, I had two goals. A was to first get my money back, my initial money back. And my second long-term goal was to get the same amount, which was another $1,000, to put back into another loan, so I could have $2,000 in loans and have my money back. Obviously, those were two long-term goals. In between, I set milestones, and those milestones were very, very easy for me. I set milestones. I said every $200 to $300 that I earn in interest and bonuses or whatever it is, every $200 to $300 that I get, I'm gonna put it aside and set it aside until I get my money back. And when I get my money back, I'm going to take it out, because with anything that you do, any investment that you do, the first thing you want to do is get your money back. So I wanted to get my money back, take it out of the platform, and just rest easy and just be like, all right, if anything happens now, at least I got my money back, right? So yeah, that's what happened. My voice is not syncing up. Weird. But that's what I did. I set those milestones. So every $200, $300 I did, I took it and I set it aside, and that was a milestone that I reached. And it was very, very good, because sometimes you don't control anything. You don't control what happens. You don't control the percentages every day. You don't know how long you're going to be waiting. So sometimes what happens is people have a goal. Like I could have said, I'm going to wait till I get $2,000, $1,000, $2,000 before I get my money back and put another $1,000 in. That's a long goal, because it could take forever. So you got to set milestones in between to basically show yourself, convince yourself that you are making progress to your end goal, to that long-term goal. And that's what I did. And I did that all the way up until I met that goal. And every time I met a long-term goal, I set another one, and I set another one. I've had a lot of blessings in my life over this last couple months, using BitConnect and various cryptocurrencies. And my next goal, like you guys know, I set the 10K challenge for BitConnect, and a couple of people are already hitting it, and I'm very, very, very elated, man. I'm happy that people took up the challenge and they've hit it, man, because that means when you put your mind to something, you can do it. You know what I mean? You got to think big, and you have to change what you're doing to try to meet your goals, right? So my initial challenge was that 10K challenge, and I was saving up those tokens, doing the videos to show you guys the progress. And in that time, I started to build a house, and things came up with the house, concerning the house, that was going to need me to pay some expenses. Now, rather pay those expenses out of my pocket, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna raise the money that I need for for my house. And I figured that was priority over that 10K challenge. So I took that 5 out and used it for my house. And it was hard because when you set a goal and you want to meet it badly, you will do whatever you can to do that. So that's what I wanted so bad, and I was like, I can't believe I'm taking this money and I'm gonna put it in this and put it into the house, instead of putting it to BitConnect. But the house is for me and my family. It's for my family first, and it's more important than any challenge or game. So I wanted to do that, and God blesses you in many, many ways. In less than like 48 hours later, you know what I mean? The thing with BitConnect going down and the money being locked up, and I just kept thinking, what can I do now? You know what I mean? And opportunities happened, and if things are going great, by the end of the next couple months, I'll have that money back into BitConnect. Continuing with my goals with BitConnect, the platform. It also opened up doors to many other things that now I'm aware of that I can use to further push my goals, my end goals of being self-sufficient on cryptocurrency, and eventually, working from home. That's my dream. So things are moving in that direction. You just have to remain positive, and you have to remain open to thought, thinking of ways to make money. You know what I mean? You have to do that. I've been listening to a lot of motivational speakers, a lot of very, very smart, successful people. If you don't think about your goals, if you don't actively think of ways to obtain your goals, you will never obtain them, because you won't know what to do or how to get there. You know what I mean? For example, if I say, damn man, I want to go join Craig Grant, in a couple months in Jamaica. If I want to do that, I got to start thinking of ways to make that happen. You know what I mean? If I don't think on how to make that happen, if I just sit there and say, I wish I could do this, I wish I could go on that trip with him, nothing's going to happen. I'm not doing anything that would make that dream come true or make that thing happen. So you have to really think and do some research, waste some sleep hours, and think about things, man. You have to network. You gotta get out there and push. You know what I mean? It's not going to come easy. You can wait for the lottery to hit all day, but if you're not doing anything to actually make that lottery happen for you in the meantime, then you're just going to be sitting around waiting forever, because it's a really, really hard deal to win the lottery. Obviously, it's literally luck. You play and you hope you win. But with cryptocurrency, you got to put in work. You got to make moves. You gotta learn. You gotta fail. You gotta grow. Everything. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm learning right now. That's what I'm doing right now, and that's what you guys need to do. Set a goal, and then set milestones. You know what I mean? I forgot to say set short-term goal. Short-term goals to me are kind of like milestones. Those are the small steps that you take up to your end goal. You know what I mean? Up to your long-term goal. That's what your short-term goals are, and your milestones are, to me, in my opinion. But yeah, you got to do that thing. You got to do those things, and you will be successful. As always, guys, people on Facebook are hitting me up all the time about BitConnect, how to do it, what it is, and I just put out there, hey, go take a look at Bitcoin, find out what Bitcoin is, find out what cryptocurrency is. You'll have a better understanding of what I'm going to tell you and explain to you about how BitConnect works. It makes more sense. If you don't know anything about cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, it's going to sound like foreign language. It's going to sound crazy. You know what I mean? So if you're watching this, make sure that you go and you're interested in BitConnect or in cryptocurrencies. first find out what Bitcoin is, because Bitcoin is the center of all cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? And it can change your life. It's changing mine. It's changing many others around me. And I'm surrounding myself with individuals who are successful, driven, and want to make a difference and want to make profit and want to be financially free. You know what I mean? Freedom. Freedom to me is saying, hey, in a couple months, I want to go to Thailand. Hey, in a couple months, I want to go hang out with Craig Grant. We're just going to go to Jamaica. Like, not even thinking about, oh my God, I got to go to work. I got to do all this stuff. And, I got to do all this stuff. And,